You're watching New York Sports Nation Nightly.
All right, Figgy, both guys having a moment right now, but who do you think has the brighter future for the remainder of their NFL careers?
Well, we know Tommy DeVito has somebody in front of him when he comes back, and that's Jones. And you're expecting him to play much like the Jones that got paid to be the #1 quarterback. Look on the other side, you got Aaron Rodgers, who might be there for another year max, right? When he comes back from that Achilles injury, Zach Wilson has had so many ups and downs already in his young career. He was a second pick overall, so that always going to buy him some time. The other part of it is how many chances can you give him? This has been the best game of his career, so I'm not ready to sell high on him right now and say, oh, this is the best you're ever going to see from him. I do think he has the talent to do a much better job than he has been doing. You look at Garrett Wilson, he fed him often. He had 14 targets going to Wilson. That's what you have to do to get the ball to your playmakers. Same thing with Breece Hall. They used him in a multitude of ways out of the backfield, both receiving and rushing, and you saw the difference where their offense was actually moving the ball. So I will say that for all intents and purposes, it's going to be Zach Wilson that has a much brighter future because someone's going to take a chance on somebody that has that pedigree.
Right, and when you talk about that pedigree, it really is, in my mind, being drafted where he was drafted, the second overall pick. There were expectations on Zach Wilson coming out of college, and you even heard some scouts say that they might have taken him over Trevor Lawrence. That's how close it was, and that's how wrong scouts get it sometimes, but that's why he's going to get more opportunities because of that. You look at Tommy DeVito, and that margin for error, I think, is so thin for him. If the Patriots had hit a field goal at the end of regulation and go on to win a game in overtime, maybe we're not talking even about Tommy DeVito at this point because his stats haven't been eye-popping. Look, I will say in the NFL, we have seen quarterbacks who may not have this unbelievable talent that just pops on screen succeed because they're put in the right system. A guy like Brock Purdy comes to mind, right? Mr. Irrelevant a few years ago, now is tearing up the league, and we're talking about him.
MVP.
Exactly. So for me, it's going to be what situation do these guys end up in? Does DeVito stay here, and is he a backup to Daniel Jones moving forward, which could present some possibilities if Jones gets injured again? Is Wilson going to a system that's going to fit him better and let him succeed?